What is happening, my friends? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or all the above, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you took the time out of your busy schedule to tune into yet another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, coming to you at weeknights, available on uh, uh, via podcast as well as on streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble. Our YouTube channel is our Smooth Club Media. Our Rumble channel, I believe, is the Arrington Gavin Show. So do me a favor, please subscribe, share, give us a thumbs up, share with the masses. You can also tune into our program Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, out of the Dallas, Georgia area, as well as WDJYFM.com. Look, my friends, we got another great show for you in store. Of course, we're going to be talking a little bit of everything. Last program I didn't have time to speak on a couple of stories. So the two, as I'm gonna mention, actor Jussie Smollett, still trying to be relevant. I think he's continuing to make his comeback attempt after the whole hoax case that occurred years and years ago. Ever since that case, has been kind of a downfall in his career. Also, um, influencer, calling social media guru, uh, Tabitha Brown. Let me tell you something. She does not mess around when it comes to the the relationship between like her friends and her man and her husband. So she brought up a good conversation where I'm like, that'll be interesting to bring on the show. So we will bring that on board as well later on. And also, too, guys, I want to kind of keep you posted and follow you up with the whole campaign, because I continue to hear in conversations, and I just realized I still have gum in my mouth. Hold on. Let me take that out. One thing that's come across my feed, and just I hear a lot in conversations, is Kamala Harris is struggling right now to receive the vote from black men. That's like her strongest kryptonite right now. That's the biggest thing that she is trying so hard to gain, is the black vote. And I'll just say this, my friends. Um, I'll share my thoughts on that later on the show. I'll throw my 2 cents in, and we'll speak more on what Democrats as well as the Harris and Walz campaign need to do to gain votes in general. And I'll share my thoughts on this whole black men not supporting Kamala Harris and their lining more in favor of Donald Trump. I'll talk more about that on the show. But before we move forward, I do have to always acknowledge our proud supporters of our show, like our friends at Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. Rugged is an all-natural men's grooming line that offers 17 scented beard oils, beard balms, conditioning shampoos, exfoliating soaps, body wash, face cleansing wash. You name it, they have it all to keep you looking sharp, well maintained from head to toe. I myself am not just the owner, but I'm a client. I apply Rugged Evolution beard oil, really all the products, on my skin as well as my beard 24/7. And I'm a walk-in testimony, y'all. Without those products, I will not have the proper maintenance in my facial hair. Look, whether you have a goatee, beard, mustache, you name it, our facial hair is the magnet to bacteria and grease. So it's up to you to start a routine by applying some great products. And that great product is Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Look, for more information about them, you can visit their website at www.ruggedevo.com. You can follow them on all social media platforms, Instagram at Rugged Evo, as well as Facebook, Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And they also have we have some great tutorial videos on our YouTube channel, our Smooth Club Media, you can check out as well. So again, www.ruggedevo.com. We want to thank them for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin Show. Let's see here, my friends. What we're going to do now, we are going to head to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more on the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll start off with our fun fact of the day, and then we get going with our story. So don't go anywhere, my friends. You are tuning in to the Arrington Gavin Show.
You know, just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
What's going on, my friends? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your host, Arrington Gavin. Let's get it going, my friends, with our fun fact of the day. Now, this fun fact says here, you can ride a train through the tunnel of love. Oh, chicka wow wow. No, okay. So yes, it's true. It says here that in the Ukrainian rails actually service an industrial train, but couples can still hitch a ride or take one of these affordable family train trips and make a wish, according to new tourist legend. So hey, shout out to the Ukraine for providing tunnels of love, a train that rides through the tunnels of love. That was our fun fact, so I hope you enjoyed, and we're gonna get it going with our show. As I mentioned before, my friends, there's a false narrative spreading in front of our eyes during this election cycle. There's been mention that Black men are not supporting nor voting for Kamala Harris and choosing to vote for Donald Trump. Most likely you probably will hear that from right-leaning outlets, especially the leader himself, Donald Trump, that will say, mostly black men are leaning, we're gaining the black vote and this and that and the other. Look, does he have black voters? Yes. Does that mean he's getting all the black votes? Hell to the no. Okay, that's the most funniest thing that I've heard. Now, I've spoken with black men, undecided voters, black conservatives, and even black liberals. And here's the thing. I have spoken with men who are just flat out undecided, right? They're just undecided on who to choose. But little do they know is even if you don't vote, that is still a choice that will affect your democracy. That will affect your way of living. So again, not saying you're forced to vote, because you're entitled to doing whatever the hell you want to do, but you choosing not to vote in general is, it's a big no-no. Now, black men not voting for Kamala Harris because for some reason they see her as a dishonest individual, that she locked out so many brothers in California and this and that and the other, she's not for us, this and that and the other. No, that's false, because here's the thing. What has Trump done for you? And please do not say those damn stimulus checks, because here's the thing. Congress passed the stimulus checks, those $1,500 checks that you receive. I mean, some of y'all probably just got $600. I don't know about people receiving $1,500. All right, but that was Congress. Now Trump had to put his name on it, and had to sign on to it, but Congress passed that. So please, that whole, again, sexy red, because she is the lady with all the answers. She's like, Trump looked out for us with them stimmies, with them stimmies. Man, girl, sit down somewhere, please, please. Good gracious. I mean, like, again, narrative, get receiving the proper information. It's just it's so important with this election. What I will bring up, guys, and I'm speaking this as a man, not just as a black man. As a man, there are men out there that just flat out, hey, I don't want to see a woman. I don't want a woman telling me what to do. I don't. They prefer not to see female leadership, female in high position, higher roles, which is unfortunate. But I think that should be more of the conversation than, oh, black men are not supporting Kamala Harris. They absolutely are supporting Kamala Harris more than they're supporting Donald Trump. I mean, that's what blows my mind. It's all about the misinformation being spread out there, because all it takes is but one post or one whatever, and it's out to the masses. It is out to the masses from there. We live in a world where there's a lot of misogyny happening, right? Because obviously Trump treats women like crap. He's convicted, he sexually assaulted an individual, and he was convicted on it in a civil case. We can go back. I don't need to go back on the audio tape where you heard, hey, we grab him by the what. I'm sorry, he's that's factual information. He's a convicted felon, 34 counts, by the way, but who's counting? So but yet he thinks he can relate to black men, because guess what? He's a convicted felon. So black men, if you're out there wanting to support this guy, hey, that's what he thinks of you. Now I can understand if you feel, and I'm just speaking to men and black men in general, but men, really everybody. For those who feel that promises was never met, look, that's a political issue that's happening on both sides. There have been people in office that will do anything to get the vote, to reel you in, and then yes, not all of them will keep honor to that promise that they met. But there's always hope, and there's people that are trying to do so. So like recently, Kamala Harris had a sit down interview with Roland S. Martin, host of Roland Martin Unfiltered, and founder of the Black Star Network. And it doesn't get any more black than that. You're talking about black outlets. That's what she needs to do more of. And that kind of, I'm a lead going on into what I'm gonna speak on, what the Democrats are failing to do, and they're weak at. But here's just some of Harris' opportunity agendas for black men. Okay, 1 million small business loans forgivable up to $20,000. Training and mentorship programs in high demand industries, focusing on health issues that disproportionately affect black men. And then also legalizing recreational marijuana. Now, I feel a little offended on that one because I'm like, wait a minute, we're trying to say we all smoke weed, but hey, statistics shows that majority of incarcerated men is marijuana related charges. So hey, I understand that. In my opinion, you should never vote for somebody just based on their skin color. Which, I mean, let's be honest, that was Obama's first term. There was a lot of people that say, look, I'm voting because he's a brother. I'm supporting anybody that's black, and that's okay, because I'm the same way sometimes. I'm like, oh, I want to see our black community uplifted. I want to see especially our minority businesses out here, continue to be uplifted, and do I want to do all I can do to help support, because at the end of the day, we have to lead by example. And if we want the next generation to continue to see the support that occurs within our own culture, we gotta do so. I mean, look, the Hispanic community does it, the Jewish community does it, the um Asian American community does it. There's so many different cultures that are. I mean, you have Chinatown, you have Little Italy. You they Everybody supports within their culture. They ain't gotta like each other, but guess what? They respect that green. They want to see that money and that cash flow continue to go in within their community. I feel like sometimes in our culture we're always making it a competition with each other rather than just working together, and that's what prevents us and keeps us far behind the totem pole and always in last place. Of course, we're not the only ones, because it does take people in leadership not providing us with those kind of opportunities. And hey, depending on the Harris Walsh campaign, we can see something happening. um Donald Trump brings up the most money he gave to, he's given the most money to HBCUs under his administration. It's not true. Actually, the Biden Harris has given a crap ton more than Donald Trump. So again, where in the world do you see a man like Donald Trump doing anything for the black community? I'm just curious. Now, uh, going back to the whole gender issue, y'all cannot tell me that I'm wrong to say that women have always been looked down upon. I mean, yes, they're in leadership roles now, but it's very, very slow. All right. Very slow. Like, I mean, MSNBC alone, which is a far left leaning media outlet, had, just hired a female president. That was what, not even maybe 5 years ago, maybe under 5 years ago. So we hear it all the time. First female to do this. We see females in coaching roles, in executive position in the world of sports. Um, the sad thing is, and I host a podcast with some friends of mine, called In Your City. Check it out. Uh, and my co-host, excuse me, Michelle has mentioned, like, the sad thing is, what's the avenue that women make the most money in? Okay, OnlyFans. Why? Because sex sells. It's always that they push us to rely on our body and not what we really can offer, which is our brains and our talents and our smarts. Which, again, women rule the world. They are. You always hear the term, "Oh, women get it done." Women get done. That's true. That's facts. So again, y'all, and I'm saying this because I'm really trying to help push out the vote this year. And look, I'm biased. You're probably saying, Arrington, why are you're pushing to Kamala? You sure as hell I am. And look, I'm an independent through and through, all day, every day. But I just cannot, and I've told you many times, that my conscience, me personally, me now, Arrington Gavin, I cannot rely or lean towards Donald Trump. I don't care about, oh, well, didn't he do good for your pockets and stuff? Money over morals. Money's not everything for me. I'm not a wealthy man. I'm not a broke man. But money is not always the option. Democracy is. Peace and stability is, okay. For somebody to accuse to spew out hate 24/7, nah, I'm not for that. And I hope that you undecideds out there can put your, to really think on it and find your what's I'm forgetting the term, but you just really need to take away money, take away this, take away that, take away your pride, and just look. What? Come on, y'all. We got to bring peace back to America, man. We got to bring peace back to democracy. We have not seen a more divisive country until President 45 got in office. We haven't. So we need to have more peace. We need peace. I'm voting for peace. That's me. Peace. I'm voting for that. Now, I've said all that. Now I'm gonna say what would piss me off with the Democrats too. So, and I've spoken with a lot of my Democratic friends. I'm good friends with the local Democratic chair in my home city. Messaging. The Democratic message sucks sometimes, man. Not sometimes. It does. Because here's the thing. They never speak on their successes. They always rely, when it comes to media, they rely on their own personal media that they know their audience and their base is always going to support. Like, I'm sorry, but I could care less what media outlets uh Kamala Kam, uh, Kamala Harris uh goes on. And the reason why I can care less is because she's going on The View. She's gone on 60 Minutes. She's gone on Lord have mercy. She's gone on, what are the ones she's going on? 60 Minutes. She's went on uh All in the Smoke, which is a great thing. I'll keep that one to the side. Um oh, MSNBC. She's done a sit down interview with MSNBC. Uh she has been on media outlets that she's done an interview, I believe, with the Ricky Smiley in the Ricky Smiley morning show. She just recently done one with Roland Martin. She does sit down. She does the media that already her she knows her base, where it's at. Like she knows exactly where her voting base is. Boom, she's just gonna rely on that. Look, sometimes you gotta enter in the lion's den, right? Sometimes you're gonna need to do an interview with outlets that does not side with you, and maybe not might ask fair questions, but hey, you were there. You lasted the whole interview. Do one on a Newsmax, a Fox News, where's another conservative outlet? I mean, any Salem News Channel, right? America First. Which what are some other ones I know I'm forgetting? Blaze. Do every single conservative outlet. So all the haters can say, "Oh, she's too scared to even come on this one. She only goes to this and that." Because here's the thing, um, mainstream medias, yes, that's okay, but that's only hitting one demographic. And see, it's hitting the older generation. Now, when you want to get young people to vote, you got to come to those podcasts like All in the Smoke or All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. I thought that was genius that she did that, because those are guys that normally don't do interviews with politicians, or really, I know they speak on politics, but they rarely interview politicians. She needs to do more podcasts with younger people. She did one on a show called Call Her Daddy, or Call Her Daddy or something like that. Um or Call Me Daddy, whatever the podcast is. I haven't really checked it out, but it has a huge following. I think the host just signed like a 200 million plus or 100 million plus deal with Spotify exclusively. So obviously it's a successful podcast. But sh- Democrats need to hit where all the young people is at, because guess what? Young people are not following, or they're not getting the message from Democrats. They're getting the message from Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, all he does is podcast. Donald Trump, the only mainstream media he has done ever, sit down wise, is Fox News. He's done multiple on Fox News, but guess what? He'll go on Full Send podcast. He'll go on hell, he will go on PPD podcast. He will go on there was another gentleman who's a viral TikTok star. He will do mainly podcasts. Okay? Podcasts all day, every day. Why? Because that's where the young people are at. Podcasts now, they have more views than news outlets. Roland Martin is, I think, he should be in the millions in subscribers. I mean, he gets more views than CNN. Okay, that's the God honest truth. Because see, a lot of left leaning outlets are struggling to even get higher viewership numbers than Fox News. Fox News is always winning when it comes rating wise, but they need to rely on podcasts. like the Arrington Gavin show. Now I might not have the fan base max the way these other mainstream media outlets do, but guess what? I try to be a voice for the people. I wasn't signed up to be it, but I try to be an outlet to help provide information and keep people up to speed. And it's an audience that you haven't touched. Okay. There's people that don't have cable. They rely on streaming services. They're not, the message is not getting across. And you need to be aggressive with it. Democrats, you have to be aggressive. Uh in my home state, literally, I get stuff always sent to my face in regards to Republican this, Republican that, conservatives. I don't get no Democratic stuff. I don't. They rely on one source. Sometimes that's just social media or text messaging or phone and stuff, and that's if people receive them. But it's the messaging, the messaging is so crucial. It's so crucial. The reason why you have a lot of undecided votes because they're receiving misinformation from social media. And the older generation criticizes social media because they're like, well, all they do is just they provide one side and they give it a short term response. Look, I understand it sucks the fact that some people can get their information from 30-second clips or from 60-second clips. But guess what? They receive that information and they take that to the polls. People, they everything is short term expectancy. They literally, like, they'll listen to it quick and then it's stuck with them for a long time, and that will be their prime information of why they're not voting for this person. So they need to do all they can when it comes to social media, doing more podcasts, really gaining that the young people, as well as Kamala Harris did it right by going on Roland Martin, because Roland Martin has that is all black. All black. Go to the griot. Go to your black outlets. Don't rely on your mainstream outlets that of course is gonna kiss the ring to you. Like The View to me was like, oh, whatever. That didn't that there was no hardcore question because, like I said, the show itself endorses her. Okay, Whoopi is voting for Kamala Harris. Sunny Hostin, Ana Navarro, uh, I think her name is Alyssa Griffin. There's a conservative person who was a former aide or from a former staffer for the Trump administration. Look, they're all voting for her, so that was not going to change anybody's mind. That's just going to help their core base. Don't do stuff that you already know your core base of folks will don't. I'm getting my words mixed up now. Don't try to promote yourself to people that you already know 100% of the time is going to back you up. I'm not going to continue to speak to my core base of folks. No, I'm trying to get new votes. Or you hear me? Good friend of mine who's running for office, and I think he's currently running for office right now. In one of his elections that he lost, for me, what I've caught on was that he was catering or he was promoting himself to a certain community in the city that basically everybody knew who he was. Everybody loved him. Everybody was already going to vote for him. There was no sense on continue to do events within that community, continue to do stuff and stay on that side. No, because when you start looking at elections, you start receiving the same amount of votes each and every year because you got that same demographic of people. You got to hit it everywhere. You got to hit it everywhere in order to win. Because like our local elections, at least in my city, is at large. You have to promote yourself everywhere. Which look at the presidential position. That is a federal position. That is around the United States. You got to get votes in all 50 states. You can't just get votes in the state of Virginia. You can't just get votes in the state of Georgia. You can't just get votes in Florida and so on and so on. You got to earn votes everywhere, which means you got to take your tail everywhere. Everywhere. So y'all, messaging is always going to be key. Democrats, work on your freaking messaging because Republicans got their message. Their messenger is Donald J. Trump, and he has his core base. Sometimes Republicans don't even need to even speak too much because, again, they have so much ownership when it comes to uh uh radio, when it comes to the media, to TV networks, and so on and so on, is owned by a lot of conservatives. You rarely have a lot of left-leaning owned media outlets. That's why it's so rare you see the huge success with, like, say, the Young Turks with the TYT brand, a voice for progressive. You have Tavis Smiley out in California having a first black-owned progressive talk radio station. There's, the Grio, okay, black news, Revolt News. Shout out to Tesla Tesla Figaro, I believe that's her. I always mispronounce her, get her last name last name mixed up. I believe it's Tesla and Figaro, but she is dope. She is the chief correspondent for Revolt News, and she's host of Straight Shot No Chaser podcast. You need to hear those influential voices. Those are the people that, if VP Harris wants to gain more voters, gain more black voters, gain the undecided, she has got to hit the podcast state. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get on Joe Rogan. And I don't know if Joe Rogan's interested in, because he said publicly like he's not interested in interviewing Trump. I don't know if he is the same for Kamala Harris, but they need to get out there, get that message out there, my friends. They need to get it. They need to get out there, because hey, elections is crucial, and it irritates me. And I'm no strategist, and I have friends that are strategists, but it just irritates me because I treat it like a business. If I treat the candidate as a brand, and I'm trying to sell this brand to you in order for you to purchase it and stand by it. And in order for me to gain the consumer's trust, guess what? I need to know the demographic. I need to really work. I need to always know how to promote it, how to get the message across, right? I'm a business owner myself. Every day I'm learning, how can I get my message better and better and better each and every day so people can continue to buy. That's exactly what the election is. They are selling us a product that's going to garner consumers to cast their vote for them, the individual. And if they lack any kind of way, any way that shows hesitancy, a sign of weakness or anything like that, best believe, those voters are gonna be like, nope, deuces, I'm not for it. If they show any ounce of dishonest, nope, it's over. If they show that they haven't made the effort to come speak in their communities, guess what? That's gonna continue to boost up the hesitancy on that person voting, or either standing by Kamala Harris. Like I said, she needs to go on all outlets. I will give Trump credit. He's always on a podcast. He does more podcasts, in my opinion, I think, than mainstream media. Now, it's more it's always conservative leaning podcast, but it's still a podcast, and the demographic that listens to those podcasts, they have a huge community of youth voters. So that's why you always see a lot of young people saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go with Trump." I mean, they cool with Trump. Not all, but a good number of young people are either cool with Trump or just cool with being undecided and not even voting for each other. I mean, either one candidate, and I think that's unfortunate. But you still got to cast your vote. You got to cast your vote. Again, I mentioned before many times, your vote is your voice. You have to cast your vote, my friends. You have to cast your vote. Let's see what we're gonna do here. When we come back, I'll get it going with another story here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere, my friends. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What is happening, my friends? Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your host, Arrington Gavin. Okay, so look, this is reported by Mediaite. Says here Fox News is getting ready to launch a Spanish language show. Okay, Fox, always stepping up the game, always a step ahead. Jeez, I mean, I'd say they got some great staffers there. I mean, when it comes to the ideas and branding and all that good stuff. So this is reported. Fox News gives Trump election denier Rachel Campos Duffy a huge boost with Fox Fox uh Notius launch. It says here, I don't know if I even said that right, but it says here that Fox News announced that it will launch a Spanish language news program called Fox Noticios. I, I'm not good at Spanish, sorry. Designed to spotlight issues affecting Latinos. The show will be hosted by Fox and Friends weekend co-host Rachel Campos Duffy and air on Fox Deportes. In a statement, Campus Duffy said the Hispanic community is thriving, and I am proud to bring a new show that breaks down the news of the day with a focus on the kitchen table issues that matter the most to our community. Now, while the idea of Fox News broadening its audience to include Spanish speakers may sound promising, this new venture is at best misguided and at worst deeply cynical. Campus Duffy has a well-documented history of promoting conspiracy theories, bigotry, and falsehoods. At a time when election disinformation is a problem, as I spoke earlier on the program, in the Latino community, it is irresponsible for Fox News to hand her a new platform to report on current events. Couldn't agree more. Campus Duffy came to prominence on reality TV on MTV's The Real World San Francisco in 1994. She later became a conservative activist and joined Fox News as a contributor in 2016. She was named a co-host on Fox and Friends Weekend in 2021. Sadly, Campus Duffy has often squandered, the potential that comes with being a high-profile Latina in broadcasting. She falsely claimed that Chinese bioweapon labs were found in California. She has leaned into racist tropes about migrants and crime, an association not supported by data, saying hundreds of thousands of illegals are still breaking into our country. And illegal alien criminal are raping and murdering our women and children. She joked on air about the violent attack on Paul Pelosi, husband of former Speaker Nancy Pelosi. All these statements are from the 2024 alone. Once again, my friends, misinformation. The conservative conglomerate, they have the money to continue to shell out shows to these people. And this chick, Campus Duffy, yeah, she has a platform, but she has a platform for basically telling lies. Again, why is this person making a joke out of a sitting official, probably the second most powerful woman in politics? Her husband was literally could have died. He was smacked upside the head with a hammer. And this man's in his 80s, and you're gonna make a joke about it on national TV and still keep a job. I mean, wow. Matter of fact, no, get a promotion. I mean, what is the deal? And see, here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about with the messaging, y'all. What is Fox News doing right now? They're creating a specific show catered to the Hispanic communities because they want something for the Hispanic community as far as conservative votes. They want to build that up. But I still, again, I never understood how you can support a person like Trump, who has, again, talked junk about minority. It humors me because I'm like, I don't get it. Now, look, at least I give props because I'm not crazy about The View, but I give props to what's the show? Lord, Ana Navarro. Ana Navarro is a CNN contributor. She's also a co-host on The View. She is a registered Republican, proud to be a Republican, but she talks so much junk about Donald Trump. She is endorsed Kamala Harris, she spoke at the most recent DNC this past year. Her and her husband, long standing Republicans out of Florida, um, they are both voting and standing with Kamala Harris because democracy is more important. We used to live in an era, man, where Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Libertarian, everybody, we were all at the same cookout, hanging with each other, playing sports. Now it's literally like, oh, I saw a picture with you with that conservative. Yeah. So now you're one of them, huh? Yeah, huh? Like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And so that's where we're living at now. But as I continue on to this, says here that some of Duffy's TV commentary can come across as rants, like in 2021 when she lashed out at Sesame Street for teaching children about vaccines, where she called propaganda and so creepy. Or when in 2023, a segment about Pope Francis allowing blessings for same sex couples, she asked viewers, could a lesbian Virgin Mary be coming to church near you? I mean, off the wall stuff, right? People love to just get viral. Everybody want to go viral. Um, Many of Duffy's other ideas, like backing former President Donald Trump's baseless claims that the 2020 election was stolen, comparing abortion to slavery, or accusing the Catholic Church of getting rich from humanitarian aid at the border, are not joking matter. After she attacked First Lady Joe Biden for letting her husband run for president, the White House took the unusual step of asking Candace Duffy to apologize for her comments. Whether Candace Duffy sees herself as a journalist or a commentator, her willingness to embrace this divisive rhetoric is disturbing. No, what's disturbing is that we have divisive rhetoric 24/7 being allowed on television and certain outlets. See, I'm an advocate of freedom of speech, but I'm not an advocate for hate speech. And I feel as though we live in a society where hate speech is always is allowed. In my opinion, I think it has been allowed, and it's not receiving any consequences at all. So hey, why not stop them, right? Duffy's getting a new show, million, getting paid great money for being on one of the highest rated, probably the highest rated news network, which is sad because their journalism sucks. You might have a few good apples in there, but a lot of them are pretty ripe, in my opinion. Um, whether let's see here. It is also potentially harmful. Studies have shown that the Spanish language dominant Latinos are vulnerable to misinformation, exposure, and campaigns. This has been a huge ongoing issue in our communities due to in part to lack of fact checking and monitoring in Spanish language media. But starting soon, says here that Campus Duffy will be on Fox Deportes every weekday just before a close presidential contest in which Latino voters could play a critical role. It's probably why they brought up the show, because they're like, ooh, I know what to do. We need to bring her on and give her own show in the heat of the moment. Watch, when this election's over, that thing it's gonna get canceled. I guarantee you. It's not even a sure thing that Candace Duffy and her views will connect with the audience for Fox Deportes, but consider that she described the overturning of Roe v. Wade a wonderful victory and called health clinics that provide abortion, butcher shops, and profit centers. In contrast, multiple polls report that the majority of Latinos believe that abortion should be legal in all or most cases. Now, although it might seem like a good idea for Fox News to try and reach beyond its traditional audience, Latinos do not need someone on TV railing in Espanol about illegals or widely asserting that Obamas are pretty much running the Biden administration. I mean, it's pretty true. It's funny, but it's true. As journalist Adrian Carrasco uh, pointed out on X in March, Fox News airs a segment about how Latinos con Biden Harris amounted to pandering to Latinos. It's hard not to see Campus Duffy's new show through the same lens. So I will check it out, and and put my 2 cents on it. But I just wanted to throw that in there with you all. Again, messaging is key. Let me move it on to another story that involved uh uh where is she? Miss Tabitha Brown. She brought up an interesting conversation. And let me see if I can. Okay, good. It's still there. So let me go ahead and play you this soundbite, and then I'll meet you on the other side.
Was very friendly with Chance and went to sit on his lap. I said, "Oh, wait a minute. You lost your mind." Unask my husband. Girl, if you want to leave this apartment alive, what is wrong with you? Right?
Yeah.
My friends.
So I like that term. Girl, unask my husband. My husband. So a little bit about Miss Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown. Excuse me. She's an American actress, Emmy-winning host, social media personality, entrepreneur, and author. She creates online video contents incorporating veganism, humor, and motivational speaking. She has over 5 million followers on TikTok alone, and over 4.2 million followers on Instagram as of March 2023. She has been described by the Huffington Post as America's mom, and her content has been characterized by critics as being comforting, calming. She's also is the host of the Food Network's first plant-based cooking competition in in completed. It's comp. Excuse me. It's comp. I cannot get my damn words out, y'all. Good gracious. It's complete. It's what does it say? It's complicated. It's complicated. It's complicated. It's complicated. Okay, gotcha. And host the Emmy-winning YouTube children's show Tab Time. She's a Carolina girl, and again, she is highly successful. Um, Huge fan of her, by the way. Because of her, I still have not gone veganism. though she makes some great food that looks very delicious, I will say. But I will not. No, I'm not. Don't sway me to be a vegan. No, I need my protein. I need my beefs. I need my steak. I need all that stuff. But I can't do that. Can't do it. I don't mind trying it for a day or two, or balancing that in my diet. But what she said was interesting because it goes back to, I don't know if y'all saw this viral video of when actress Megan Good embraced I think his name is Michael Ealy, actor Michael Ealy, with a huge hug, and Michael Ealy picked her up off her feet, and I think she wrapped her legs around him too, by the way. I think she wrapped her legs around him when he picked her up, right in front of actor Jonathan Majors, who Megan Good and him has been going steady for quite some time. And it brings the conversation is, okay, is there a thin line to, when it's like, okay, you being a little too friendly with the other person's spouse, right? Like there's like, I don't care how close because my wife and I, we have close friends with other couples, and they're like, they're like they're like family. But if I'm gonna if I guarantee you, if I grab one of my female friends off her feet like that, for my wife, my wife be like, what you doing? Or even if one of my wife's friends will try to sit on me, my wife's not having it. Nor would I allow. I wouldn't see my wife sit on anybody else's lap, any other man's lap. I'd be like, wait a minute, hold up, what you? Especially a dude's lap, because see, was it on the leg where she was sitting on? Was it, or was it did she get a little close to the center tool, if you know what I mean? Huh? Because certain laps don't get too close now, because they also do that position in the strip clubs when they be doing them lap dances. So watch out now. Don't. So I totally agree with that whole term. Girl, unask my husband, because that's right there That's some slick stuff. That's how people can get be sneaky with. Oh, girl, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Uh huh. Same with dudes, bro. I'm just playing, but your girl looking good. She looking. Yeah. All right. All right. I know. No need to continue to do so. And it's sad because it's just you want to trust everybody, especially when you embrace friendships and things like that. Right now, it's different when you're single, this and any other. But when you're in committed relationships, it's like you have to be careful, especially like, for me and my wife, like we were making it a goal, like we want to build close relationships with more married couples rather than singles, because, the single person still wants to live that single life and act like a single. The couples is like, okay, we want to continue to help grow and build you as a couple, all that great stuff, right? So my question is, what is the line that is crossed in a relationship? Like what is the line that's crossed? You know what I mean? Because it's just, you just got to be careful. You really just got to be careful. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. Her humor with it, and she's absolutely right. Again, you don't want to ruin a good friendship because of one or the other is starting it'll be it is you don't want to ruin a I almost said what I was sending my wife a text, and so I was trying not to say um that message on on air. But yeah, you got to be careful. You really got to be careful, cuz lust and temptation is a mother effer. Okay, like you got to be careful. You have to be careful because sometimes it's the people that you trust, right? It's people within your own circle that you have to keep eyes on, and not just strangers. So especially in the black community, hey, no, we don't play that. No, we don't play that. Maybe in other cultures, but we don't play that mess. Get choked, get sitting on, and then the disrespect that she sat on his lap in front of Tabitha, in front of her, like. And then also, it's not even a matter on stealing a man. You got some freaky couples out there in the world. Then them swingers. Them. I was gonna say the upside down pineapple crew. I remember one time, a good friend of mine thought one of our close friends was into that. Her and her husband were into that because she so you definitely you want to be careful, my friends. You want to be careful, and again, that is I had to bring that up to you because it's a conversation that is, I don't think that's always talked about that much in with, well, I don't know, I could be wrong. I feel like in the black community it is, but with amongst friends and other couples, like, is that conversation ever brought up, or is it brought up amongst couples, just privately? Like, what's your thoughts on it? My friends, once again, I want to thank you, as always, to tuning into the Arrington Gavin show. Remember, new episodes drop weeknights at 11 p.m., Monday through Friday, at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, as well as WDJYFM.com. You can tune in from there. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Arrington Gavin Show, on X, formerly known as Twitter, at The Arrington Gavin Show. You can also listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube. We stream on YouTube and Rumble. Make sure to vote. Make sure you go out there, vote, 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 vote. Your vote is your voice. So if you want to be heard, please make sure you are registered to vote. Get out there and vote. Early voting is still going on right now. Crucial elections happening, not just on the federal level, on the local level, state level. So please get out there and vote. Young people, please get out there and vote. Do not rely on the couch. All you undecided voters out there, look, I understand why you're at that state, but please do not rely on the couch. Rely on your values, rely on your personal issues, and vote for peace and democracy, my friends. I'll see you next time. I'm out.